Hello to the 3 people watching this video. My name is Axiorlin, and today we're going to be talking about a game called Heat Signature. Now the 2 of you may be wondering, what exactly is Heat Signature? It's essentially if Hotline Miami stopped doing psychedelics, but instead started taking futuristic space steroids. Now I have played this game before. Why does it say adventure, not re-adventure? Great question, only person here. Well yes, I had played Heat Signature. It had been a while since my last play session, and at the time of recording I was still getting my space legs back. Unlike in my previous video, where I had recently played the game and still knew what I was doing, along with having many more hours in it in comparison. So I'll be counting this as an adventure instead of a re-adventure. And everyone's gone. Well, the show must go on. Heat Signature is a top-down action roguelite set in space, where you play as one of 4 randomly generated characters as a space rebel mercenary with personal vendetta against someone in one of the 4 enemy factions, helping space stations go independent from said factions. Now, because I'm mentally challenged, I decided to start a new galaxy, which is pretty much like a different save file, and went through the tutorial to refresh myself on the controls. There's a small amount of story during the tutorial that we never hear of again afterwards as far as I know, so I'll do a quick rundown of it alongside the tutorial, which starts off like any normal day. After stepping outside for some fresh non-existent air and listening to our character for the evening, Seda Fiasco, mention how she didn't picture her retirement being a trip to space, and that there's one last thing she wanted to do before retirement. Her pod comes out of nowhere and catches her, and I'm told how to thrust. It was too much for the pod and I overshoot my target, do an illegal space U-turn and board the ship. Use some space technology to teleport a key and Fiasco's facebreaker, TM, and proceed to break someone's face from behind them. The game pulled a sneaky on me by making me fire a gun, setting off the alarm and attracting a nearby guard, broke that man's face, broke the pilot's face and sent him outside to play to stop the alarm. Set a course to Cold Rock Haven and went outside with him since it's such a nice space day out there, and get a nice zoom out of my new galaxy that I created with the power of YouTube views. Sater says that the station has been captured and recaptured 4 times this year, and that she was taking it this time, before remote controlling my pod to catch myself flying through space while only sustaining minor brain damage. After arriving at Cold Rock, I have a chat with my old friend Breaker Gemini, who I am an asshole to. He says that the other stations are going to want to throw off the shackles like we have, and that if we ever get the 4 faction strongholds, the war would just end, and of course I choose the pessimistic option. He asks if I want to postpone my retirement to help out, but I choose alcoholism and selling out, and head to my own booth to retire. And I'm now given the option to pick my character for this life, with the choices being Gemini Kleshimer, who seeks to kill an off-world security officer who tortured his son, starting off with a wrench and a stealth shield. Yanet Love, who has the supplier trait that gives ammo when returning to a friendly station, and wants to bring in an off-world security officer who tortured her partner, with a short blade and a grenade launcher. Cetus Havel, that wants to rescue her friend Ernest Bonetrousle, one of my friend's characters, with a short blade and a long-range crash beam. Oh yeah, this game also has a small online feature. Anyone on your Steam friends list can send you items, or you can rescue one of their captured characters, which will unlock them to play as. And finally, Kame Kuranto, that wants to bring in an off-world security officer that tortured his mom with a wrench and an extreme range visitor. I decided on Gemini purely because I liked the name, and went into a simulation to practice some violence. Almost got shot on the first one, finished the violence, and was told to take on an easy mission. So I did the smart thing and took on the hardest mission available, and set out to take down a heavily armed ship with nothing but a wrench and a stealth shield. I approached the ship, bonk off the side, then dock, and was met to a large group of enemies and a key I didn't notice. I waited outside the room for a moment, immediately got seen, took down the 2 that saw me, but alerted the rest by knocking out one in front of them. They sounded the alarm, which spawned 2 shieldy boys, they give shields to nearby enemies, took out another guard and took his key, using my ninja vanish to get away once again by slipping into the next room. 2 jammers spawned not long after, another special enemy that places down jammers that disables everything I have except my weapons. I knocked out one of them, along with 2 other guards, tried to take out the pilot, but failed to see he had a shield from a nearby shieldy boy. I got sandwiched trying to take out a guy in front of me, but got caught on the wall, got shot, and thrown out an airlock. Bonked into the ship a few more times before coming back like a bad rash and beating someone over the head with a wrench. You know, like a rat. Tried to shittily stealth my way back to the front of the ship, but was shot again and went for another nice spacewalk. Alright, future editing me, put up that brain damage counter. I took my anger out on the ship and redocked. Took out the last jammer and another guard before shooting myself because I really wanted to go back outside. I re-redocked, smashed another head in, almost got seen by the same person who reflected my bullet, stealthed my way through the ship again, somehow missed an easy shot and ran for my life, dodged 4 bullets and booked it through the ship, taking out the pilot and almost shooting myself again by trying to kill my capture target like a genius, dodged a concussive shotgun blast, took the next one up the ass, more brain damage, and 3 smash faces later, I got my target and left that phallically shaped hellhole. Put the man in a tube and talked to Satyr about my personal mission. Regret making her sell out, pawned off some of my extra weapons and wrenches, and bought this game's equivalent of trying to launch Killing Floor 2. I took another mission, which was obviously the hardest one I could get. I fucked up immediately and bailed. I took on another hard mission. Man, that was so hard. It was almost like I had to play the game. After the last mission, I was able to liberate a station, which would unlock something new, with the choices being high-capacity crash beams, crash grenade launchers, subverter grenade launchers, and finally, the one thing that would make me nigh unkillable, the Off-World Angel. We'll get to that in a minute though. A few pretty boring missions later, I had enough oil. I still have no idea what the currency is in this game. I had enough money to get the information I needed to carry out my personal mission from Satyr and go on to fulfill my destiny. Which is where the Off-World Angel comes into play. See, my personal mission was not an easy one. All 32 of the enemies had shields and some kind of gun. There were many sentries, 2 defenders roaming the ship from the start, medium reinforcements for the alarm, and a predator, which kills you the second you get near it no matter what you have to defend yourself, unless you can crash beam or subvert them. Now where does the Off-World Angel come in? Well, the Off-World Angel can pull in nearby floating people and half the damage of injuries on the player, meaning no matter how hard they tried, I still kept coming back like the pest I am. But I had my work cut out for me. Oh, and future editing me? Get that counter ready. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then, I don't know, say brain damage in the comments, and once again, any feedback or even recommendations are welcome. And again, thanks for watching.